Welcome back to another episode of Aunt and Andrew, where family's everything.
Till it's not.
That's for fucking sure.
Hi, Andrew. How are you?
Ah,
Oh,
I'm living
you're living, and so isn't Joe
in
behind
my
you.
world
I'm going
of
to tell you,
truth, honesty, and self-respect.
amen. I
Thank
want to
you.
tell you, everybody, he likes this Joe background. I'm not crazy about it. I'm going to be honest with you because maybe if it was one Joe, not three, but she is kind of like the past, present, the future.
Well, listen, the world is
She's
on
sloppy.
fire. The
She's
world is
sloppy
on
Joe.
fire with, terrorist attacks, world
Oh,
conflicts. So why
this,
not put three Joes in front of your face?
oh, I know that East Coast, West Coast, no
And
coast
all I can think about when I look at Joe,
is.
that scene from Matilda when the woman goes, "Here's some more sloppy joes. I made them nice and sloppy for you." Actually, I think that's from Adam from Adam Sandler, the one when he goes back to school. Uh
I don't know the scene, to tell
Billy
you the truth.
Madison.
Billy Madison. Okay, I'm gonna go look for that scene. I've never seen that. I'm not a big uh what's his name? Did you
Billy
just say?
Madison's funny.
Adam
Adam Sandler.
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 Adam Sandler fan.
Yeah. Could you
I
imagine if
liked.
he put the Hanukkah song out today? He'd be canceled by his own community.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that wouldn't go on
That was a
good.
great song.
I'm gonna tell you, even Jax is shaming James's flight patent hose. I mean, it's gotten to the point where it's so much shade on poor James and his house. And I'm gonna tell you, every episode, all I'm thinking is the only adults in the room are James and Lila. Why do keep on calling her Lila?
Do you know a Lila?
I do. Lala.
You do know a
James.
Lila?
Yeah, I do. Maybe
Okay,
that's
that makes
why.
sense.
Yeah. James and Lala, like they've had the most growth, and I just amazed at their maturity. How's
Yeah, did
that?
you see Allie on Watch What Happens
No,
Live?
I didn't watch
Oh
what
my
happened.
god, first and foremost, I have to tell
Did
you,
she
Allie
do
Looper,
wait a second. Did she do Andy's chart? Oh, she
she
did.
finished with it and it was brilliant. Allie Luber, you are so talented at what you do,
What,
and
a
I
psychic? The astronomy?
just like the fact that you bring an energy to reading people's charts that I think is so warm and so just like it makes anyone feel good. She's
I
just like
wanted to do our
she's like a
charts.
motivator. Like she's so good at like
Wow. So what'd she
Andy
tell
was blown
Andy?
away.
What did she tell
She just
Andy?
went through everything. She was like a lot of Andy's was around creativity,
Oh, well,
communication,
that would make sense.
like being the person that he is, like, and then a lot of it also, she did say he most likely will find love at some point.
With his children?
I think
I
Anderson
mean,
probably,
now, oh, you think they have true love, their star-crossed love
probably
is?
something.
Oh, gee, I can't handle it. Tell me, when did Jax Taylor get have blue eyes? When did he acquire the blue eyes? Because in the first scene he had blue eyes, and I couldn't stop because they kept on doing flashbacks and there were no blue eyes.
Maybe contacts.
Yeah, definitely contacts. No, I know. I noticed that. But what is the scenes with? We had Brittany with Scheana, and then we had Jax with James, but and we didn't see them together.
Yeah, but I think that's because they like probably said like you're gonna go this and you're gonna go do this kind of a
Yeah,
thing.
but wasn't it kind of surprising she didn't go to brunch? I mean, that was a big thing for
He's
her
hosting
not.
it though.
Yeah, so
I don't know. Someone has to
those
be with
are
their
her
kid at
friends.
someone has to
They
be with
were.
their kid at some point.
Well, I'm sure they have a nanny or somebody to watch the kid, which became a big thing this episode of what is greater, childcare or puppy daycare.
Yeah, but I think that James said it, he just said it wrong where he should have, and he also should be a little more like James is being grown so much as you said, but like
Yes.
I have a feeling that James also leans into his dog around his sobriety.
Okay. Well, you also have a
I'm connected at the
maybe
soul with my dog.
I was going to say you maybe have a supernatural connection with your puppy.
I do.
You do. So, did you get what James was saying?
100%.
You did. You did.
Yeah. I
Okay.
only now feel comfortable leaving our dog when your niece and my cousin comes over
And the
to watch
dog
him.
stays in
I
the
don't even
house.
feel comfortable with my sister because she ends up in the hospital when she watches my dog. So, and not because of the
Appendix
dog.
and stuff.
So,
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean,
But so
that's
that's
it.
how you felt. Now, don't you
Yeah.
think it's weird that Hippie and Graham and are associated with Rachel and Raquel? I was thinking about that in the middle of the episode. You know, we've got two names, two names, two names, two
Oh,
names.
yeah, that's kind of funny.
Yeah,
I will say
yeah.
that I understand, like, Raquel this week has been coming out saying a lot of bad stuff about James as a dog dad. So I'm going to say something to
No,
Rachel
okay,
is this.
okay.
Maybe James knows he wasn't the best dog dad to Graham because he was on drugs and drinking all the time. Similar to me, where I know I wasn't the best dog dad to Belle. When you
Before
get
you were sober.
sober,
Yeah,
you
okay.
realize like that dog witnessed you do a lot. You didn't treat that dog with a lot of love and respect, and yet they're still there.
They still love you. Kind of like a kid whose parents are drug addicts and strung out on Skid Row. They still love them.
So I totally understand where
So,
James is coming from.
Andrew was not a junkie on Skid Row. I just want you to know he just
I could have
gave
been.
up drinking. Okay, go ahead. I just want them to know that.
No, but I mean, we're all one step away. So I say that, or one bad experience away from that. So, but I will just say, I think there's a level of guilt with James. Not you. I'm saying anyone that has a problem with substance.
Oh, well, okay. I was going to
Yeah.
say, now what's it with Brock getting his own segments now? He
I
got
thought
his
it was
own
really nice.
segment
They
with his
showed like him in the
friend.
past and stuff.
Yeah, he looks so much better now.
Oh, he
Don't you
looks
think
great.
yeah, I don't know what the real deal is with Scheana and all her anxiety though.
I think that a lot of this is that people don't deal with it.
No, I will say this, and that until I became a mother, I never had a fear of flying at all. And the one time when my daughter was about 2, I flew without her and we had a really rough flight. All I could think of is my child isn't going to have a mother. And all of a sudden I had anxiety about flying, whether she was with me or not. So I will say becoming a parent can bring on anxieties about you that you won't be there for them. And that causes anxiety. That could be with Scheana.
I think so.
Yeah. Because I did all of a sudden didn't want to fly.
Yeah, no, I think so. I thought it
Yeah.
was nice that she and Brock, I don't really need to hear that she brought toys with them to the
Yeah,
hotel
I
room.
didn't need that either. But what was with the boom box on the table when they went to eat? I thought they both looked great. She put herself together. I didn't know why there was a boom box went on the table.
I think it was part of the part of the restaurants, kind of like
yeah,
whatever
well,
is
that's
there.
stupid. Any restaurant bringing a boom box, I would leave. Like I have all the music I need right here. What do I need a big boom box
I don't know
for?
if it's like that. I don't know
It
if
was
that's
just a
the
little
point of it.
kitschy. It's
Yeah,
just a
like I
little
think it's,
kitschy.
I don't know.
Brock was a farmer and then a rugby player, and then he had his eye on the horizon as his occupation. I thought that was so funny. I do think, you know what though? I do think she bought a house in the valley. I do think there's a little bit of trying to layer these, and I think Lala bought a house in the valley too.
She did.
Yeah, so we got Lala bought a house in the valley and Scheana bought a house in the valley, and maybe they're trying to layer with Jax and Brittany and crossing over.
Yeah, but remember Sandoval and Katie and Sandoval and Ariana and Tom and Katie both had houses in the valley too.
Yeah, well, they don't anymore.
Well, yeah, I
You
know.
know.
But what I'm saying
You
is,
know
so I
what?
don't know if that guarantees that they're going to be off Vanderpump, is what I'm trying to say.
No, I know, but I think they're trying to find a way to weave them in and out of what they call crossover. Like
Maybe.
in the days of like, you don't remember this, but I bet you there's people out there who do. Dallas, which was like a huge star. Okay. It was a huge show.
I was about to say, yeah.
Okay, Dallas was a big star.
Yeah,
Then
yeah, I
they
know.
had one of the brothers who had nothing to do with the family and the oil, and they had a show, Knots Landing. And that was about him living in California on this cul-de-sac with these other families. And again, it was like a whole other soap opera of who was with who and whatever. But the one brother would occasionally be on Dallas, and occasionally you'd get one of them and Dallas on Knots Landing as a way to cross over these series. Well, they do that with Below Deck, where they have Bravo celebrities on.
I don't watch The Valley, neither do you.
I don't watch The Valley.
That the characters on The Valley that everyone loves are the non-Vanderpumps.
Probably because I've had, you know what? you know how I am with New York. If you watch our New York, I hated
Rebecca Minkoff is the new house. One of the
I
new
know
housewives.
Rebecca. Well, at least I got somebody good. I mean, I have one of her
I don't know her.
bags.
I don't know her
Her
personality
bags.
type.
I don't know her
I met her
either,
brother
but
a
I
few
do have one of
times,
her bags.
who owns her business with her.
I will
Really?
say that, remember I said to you
Mhm.
that I missed those the New York housewives so much. I hated the reboot. I
Yeah, yeah.
wanted Sonia and Ramona back and everything. And then when I watched Ultimate Girls Trip with them, I was like, they bored me after the second episode and I didn't watch the rest of it. I like missed Jax until he was on this episode. And then I was like, can't stand Jax.
Do you know what what they should do, which would be smart for New York?
Okay.
Bring some of the old women just in for like friends, parties, causing some drama.
Yeah. Not Leah, but anybody else.
Leah is never going to see a day again on
I know,
television.
that's why I brought it up. That's why I brought it up. That's all
What
I
do
could
you
think of
think?
is that I could have done without Jackson this episode. And I have one thing I completely agree with Katie Maloney on. Jax
What?
is a pig, and I can't stand him either.
He is. And I thought that her
Yeah.
dinner with Tom Schwartz was very refreshing.
Oh, it was sweet. Well, did you see the previews? Tom's suggesting a one-nighter.
Ugh.
I
I
know.
liked Katie this episode.
I did too. I did too.
It was my
I
favorite
like when
episode of her the whole season.
I like when they were kind of arguing in the living room of who was spicy, who was sporty, who was
Yeah.
and then Katie was just like, "No, I'm posh. I'm posh." Like, don't go there. Don't go there. Everything was sort of uh oh, Schwartz and his tattoo. Dumb.
I don't like tattoos. I just think like I like sleek, clean things. Like
Dumb.
I don't want a poodle on my shoulder.
I mean, I won two.
Whatever they are.
Two
Cockapoo,
of them.
whatever. Like
You listen, I get Bubba. I always thought Bubba was kind of cute on his right cheek. LVP on his left was sort of weird. Okay, just sort
totally
of weird.
weird.
It's weird if you put your employer's initials on your butt.
And we'll
It
get
just
to her
is.
and Jack's interaction because that was weird too.
Because it was all staged. Now, this whole episode was very, very, I thought, scripted. The car going to get the tattoo, doing the Thelma and Louise, the whole bit, and the convertible, and then jumping out like they're Starsky and Hutch. Yeah, it was all very manufactured.
I mean, like, but it's just dumb too. Jax, do you think on what planet does someone that you haven't apologized to check on you and your family?
Yeah.
No,
You didn't check
that's what
on
a
me and my wife.
pushover does. And Lisa set a boundary and said, "I'm not
what
going
he did
to."
the whole time he was talking to Lisa. I want everybody to go back and look. All he did was do this with his ring, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They say people who play with their rings are unhappy.
Oh,
Yeah, that's our old thing. If people play with their wedding bands, they're unhappy. They're like trying to it's their anchor, it's
Oh.
what's prohibiting them from living and doing what they want to do.
Huh. I feel weird when it's not on. I'm always like, where is it?
Like,
no, I get freak. Like, I'll be like, no, of course I take it off. But like,
yeah.
I'm saying like, I always like, I will
Some
have a
people
moment.
never take off their rings. I never put mine on.
Well, I'll take mine
mine's
off.
only because my hands swell and it bothers me. That's
if
what
I
it
go
is.
out on a Saturday morning and I don't like put any jewelry on or anything like that, and I just like throw on a sweatshirt or whatever, I'm always like the whole time being like, oh yeah, I left it at home. I don't know why I get nervous.
Why?
But it's not like taking it on and off. It's just like,
Doesn't
no,
mean
it's just the
anything.
fact that I'm like, I would never want to lose it. Right. Like, whereas it seems like with Jack, it's like Jax. I'm like you, Laila. Where it's like he needs to like take it off, put it on, take it off, put it on. Like, there's no like consistency for him around, like, I don't know. I just think that he wouldn't notice even if it was gone. But
All right. Well, so what about Lisa?
I mean, it was just awkward. I don't know. Lisa seems to like.
I thought the whole scene was manufactured. They all had to show up. It was a group event. Okay, this is going to be Jax is here. We're promoting the Valley. We've got this. We've got that. We've got Sir Brunch. We're going to start doing Sir Brunch. Everybody's got to be here. It was very manufactured and scripted to me. The whole thing.
Yeah, and I also have to say this, Lisa, like it is your show because your name's in it, but like you have not been a good character on this show for years. The best part of your family to come on this show in a very long time was Ken Todd exposing the affair. So
Did you know?
did you know? Because so like I get it that Jax said something that he shouldn't have said, but I also feel that Lisa could be like, listen, I get it that you're a mess. Like Lisa could have taken that as a moment to be like, you may think it's your show, and some viewers may as well, but
But
that's
he was
because
the
you're a
number one guy.
but
Remember that.
that's because you
Yeah.
are a absolute messy disaster. So people think of you as a big part of this show because you are constantly fucking up on this show. Don't
Yeah.
give me shit just because my name's in it and I don't embarrass myself on TV. Like instead, Lisa, like they all like I just think that I think that Jax got the short end of the stick on that comment. I don't think that he
He
meant
should get the short end of the stick. He's Jax Taylor.
yes, but like I've said before to
Listen,
my
Lisa
sisters,
Vanderpump's on here, up here, and Jax Taylor's down here.
I get it, but if it
Okay.
wasn't for the cronies of Jack and Tom and Sandoval and
Yeah, there
Katie,
wouldn't be a show.
Lisa
There
wouldn't
wouldn't
have
be a
what
show.
she has.
That's true too.
So she has found people that are committed to her in this show and that have been willing to make a fool out of themselves for over 10 years on television.
And Wolf opened this weekend.
What?
Wolf
Oh, yes, I
and
saw.
Tahoe opened,
Yes.
and there was only one person who went.
Who?
The only Bravo celebrity I saw in the VPR, it
Yeah.
is Vanderpump Rules, yeah.
Yep.
Universe was, and they're not even really in the universe, is Garcelle and her son, Oliver.
Yeah.
I'm figuring all of his work in there or something.
Maybe.
Because
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
see anybody else show up.
No, there wasn't, but I will, or maybe there was, but she didn't post pictures. No, I think she would
Oh,
have.
maybe. Yeah, I think she would have too.
I just think that there is this like I even say to my sisters sometimes, my mom said this, and they're like, yeah, it's my mom too. So like I get where
Oh, yeah.
Jax might have been like my show. He meant like our show, but like he's like when he's talking to people that aren't on
I
the
get
show,
that. Yeah,
he
my
would say
show, because it's
my.
right.
And I
Yeah.
just think Lisa like has held him too hard to the fire. I think she could have made a point there to be like, ha ha, I get what you're trying to say, but it isn't your show. It's my show if you want to
Yeah,
possess
like I
it.
talk about my
But it's our
podcast.
show. Like, do you know?
Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah,
I
I
think
get
that was
that. I
dragged
talk
out.
about my podcast. Yes, I do.
You have one. Oh, you mean this
Yeah.
one?
I talk about this, my podcast. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fair.
yeah. Okay, let's get to the biggest scene of the entire episode, and that was Scheana
Mhm.
and Tom. Oh, and I
Yep.
want to tell you one other thing. I went online because Tom was Schwartz was talking about how he had no money. Oh, $22,000 was going to be the new mortgage. That's a big note. That's a big nut every month. And so I went to see, and the Schwartz and Sandy's is closed on Sunday and Mondays now. And they open every day at 5, and they're open till like midnight. And I thought, if I'm going for a sandwich, I'd probably like one in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I got to say about that.
So what do you think about the fight?
I get Sandoval's point that you are in a relationship with the married guy. She was, as
Mhm.
we know. Brandy made a career almost
Yeah,
out
of
of it.
course.
Okay. And without that affair she had with Eddie, she might not even be on Vanderpump Rules today. Let's face it.
Very true.
Okay, because that gave a whole segment with Brandy and her and Eddie and the whole. I was glad Brock was supporting his wife, because you don't always get that. Schwartz never would have supported Katie.
Yep.
He wouldn't have. Ariana and Tom never really supported each other either. Jax and Brittany have never supported each other. One's always, why'd you do that? What'd you do that for? What'd you do that for? So I will give Brock, he supported his wife.
Of course.
He was right. Yeah, no, don't say of course, because I just gave you examples of
But
everybody
for
else
Brock,
in this cast.
I would assume Brock to do it.
I would too, because he's from down under.
But I will also say this, because you bring up Brandy. How convenient is it for Brandy to jump on Bethany's bandwagon when she had the whole reality reckoning? Yet when you think, and part of Bethany's big reality reckoning is the way in which we all remember how she villainified. Is that how you say it? Villainified?
Vilified? Okay, however, somebody
Whatever.
just leave
You
us
guys
in
know
there.
what
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Ariana and Lala, for the way that they spoke to
Yeah.
Raquel at the
Villainized.
villainized
Villainized.
Ariana
Yeah.
specifically about how she spoke to Raquel at the reunion.
Yeah.
But yet she's so quick to bring Brandy Glanville under her wing when we all remember the scene at Villa Blanca when Brandy confronted Scheana. And what she said to Scheana, if you watch it back, is just as bad, if not worse, than what they all said to Raquel at that
Yeah.
reunion.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because Brandy is like smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
also she had
Brandy's in
two
a
kids.
different,
She had
right. But
kids.
yeah. But not only that, Brandy's at a different level of vindictiveness than
Oh, yeah.
any of these girls on this show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, whew, I wouldn't want to get in a fight with Brandy Granville, would you?
It's Glanville.
It's
You and your
Glanville.
names.
What did I
Yeah.
say? Brandy what? I said it's Branville. Oh, Granville.
No, it's Glan. Glav.
I said
Glan.
Glanville. I said
You said
Glanville.
Granville.
Oh.
Gran, Gran. That's what you've been
Okay,
saying.
whatever. Brandy. It's
I
not
think you
Brandy.
just keep saying Brandy Grandma is what I think you want to keep calling her.
No, is she
She's
grandma?
getting old. No, I think
No.
you're calling her
I
old.
would never think of Brandy as an
You
old woman.
ageist.
She's fine. I thought it was interesting where Scheana started with, now I have thoughts in my head I never had before of Brock and Lala. And then James started with, I got him too. So I think we're just finally getting to what their real problem was, is that everybody who's in a quote, secure, solid relationship thought Tom and Ariana were solid. And they found out they weren't solid.
How about when
now it's
Lala goes, I
making
don't have to call someone, and then Brock goes, you can call me.
Oh,
I think that was a joke, but like it also didn't land well. They showed Scheana right away where she was like,
yeah. I mean, so there's the thoughts in the head. And
Scheana's lips
James said
need to
he
be
was
fixed.
having it. And I thought it was interesting that the girls were all like, oh, I'm being triggered. There's male voices. That's weird to me. I mean, men yell. They should know enough on this show by now.
I guess.
But I don't know what Apple is about. Next week should be good. They're going to San Francisco. I think that's when the big fight happens at the restaurant, right?
I think that San Francisco is a 2-part like,
and it's maybe the
trip
finale's coming
is
up.
the one after. Yep.
Yeah. That's how I'm thinking the rest of the season's gonna go. Okay,
Who's your
go
mess?
ahead. Who's yours?
Um,
There's a level to me that Schwartz is a mess.
there wasn't, you know what it is? There wasn't a really, really, really messy person this week.
Well, no, Jax Taylor is mess. I think, no, I take that back.
Yes,
Jax Taylor is a mess.
Oh,
he's
and
a mess.
at that part, at the after party at James, which,
Yeah.
you know, after
Again,
brunch
scripted.
party,
Yeah.
all he cared about was getting wasted.
Yeah.
It was like he was 12 again. I was like,
Mhm.
dude, like, really? Like, didn't you do this in high school? Or how about seasons 1 through 8 of Vanderpump Rules that you were on? Like, what show you watching?
Again, I don't know why Brittany didn't show up. It didn't make sense. It just didn't, since they were always together before. I don't know. It just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to me why they didn't have scenes together and they only had scenes separate. Unless they really legitimately have no one to watch their child, but I find that hard to believe. Because you know what?
They made
If
this
you
a
were
business thing for
filming,
Jax. They made this a business thing for Jax. See,
yeah, but
Jax
his wife is still,
Jax.
but lots of wives support their husbands at a business. And remember, if it was a childcare issue, whoever was watching Summer could have watched little, what's his name, Cruz. And who's ever watching Ocean could have been having Cruz. I mean, if it was a childcare issue, they would have had somebody to watch that kid between them. There's a reason why they didn't have Brittany on this. I don't know if it was Jax, if it was production, whatever, but Brittany missing was something to me.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, I will just say that one big elephant that we never talk about is how Scheana and Brock filmed this show for 4 months and almost none of their scenes are with their daughter, but yet they have a problem leaving their daughter with someone.
I know. And I did think it was cute when they were putting mascara on her. I mean,
Oh yeah,
it
it's
was
cute.
starting early.
I love Summer Moon.
I like Summer Moon and I like Little Ocean.
I think that
But we don't
someday
see
Summer
Ocean.
Moon she could be in like WWE and she wouldn't even have to change her name.
And she could wear a cast.
Summer Moon.
A summer moon. No, that's
Yeah,
summer
and
wind.
her like big move could be like the Mooner or something like that, where she like does something crazy, you know? Anywho,
Anyways, I want
well,
to tell everybody, follow us on Instagram, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff.
absolutely. We love you guys and we'll see you soon.
Bye.